So not only do we have the trailer for episode 6 of season 7 of Arrow Due Process, we also have our first little teaser trailer of Oliver Queen as Barry Allen in Elseworlds. Let's go over both of these in this video. What is up, Vigilantes? Welcome to a brand new Arrow trailer breakdown, but today we've got a little bit of a bonus in this, which I will be going over first because we got our Elseworlds first actual video footage, and it is a very, very quick one, which is why I'm going to put that first in this video and then the Arrow trailer after that, because there isn't too much to say amongst what we already know is happening in this crossover. But I'll shut up now. Let's get straight into the DC TV Oliver Queen as Barry Allen teaser trailer for the upcoming Elseworlds crossover coming in December.
Morning. Pancakes are perfect this time. Babe, are you okay? What's wrong? I love you, Barry Allen.
What?
So as you can tell, Oliver wakes up in Barry and Iris's loft completely bamboozled, if that's the right word. He's so confused as to what is going on. Now, one thing we know about the upcoming Elseworlds crossover is that we have characters kind of swapping around in terms of how Oliver Queen is effectively Barry Allen, is what we can clearly tell in this trailer. And we also have Barry Allen as the Green Arrow. Now, I'm really hoping, as I said before in my previous Elseworlds videos, that this isn't just like a dream sequence. Now, I like the text in how it says, you know, destinies will be rewritten. We know the big kind of overall bad of this Elseworlds crossover is, I believe, Jeremy Davies as Dr. Destiny. So essentially what it's going to be is Oliver will have Barry's life and vice versa. And in this trailer, it shows an absolutely hilarious take on that. It is like the tiniest tease, but it is still really cool. I'm expecting, actually, since The Flash is out this evening, there might be another clip for Barry waking up as Oliver Queen and basically maybe having another 15-second clip of Felicity giving him a kiss on the cheek or on the lips, and maybe getting a surprised face as much as what we see Oliver having here, which really makes me laugh. Now, I have to say kudos to the guy who did the Photoshop on Barry's body and Oliver's head on there. So, I mean, sometimes this show makes me feel like anyone can do a Photoshop better than that. I'm not trying to spew hate. I'm just saying it just doesn't look right. It just doesn't. But it seems that immediately he's not like, Iris, I'm not Barry. What's going on here? He's not like that straight away. I do expect that he will say that, but in whatever the heck is going on in this crossover, I think Iris will be like, but I've always been with you. What are you on about, Barry? Because it seems that Oliver Queen and maybe Kara and other people like that, Superman, might be aware of what's going on because they're on a different Earth maybe, but who knows what's going on there. But I think Oliver Queen and Grant Gustin, Barry Allen will be aware of that this isn't right. I mean, that couldn't be more obvious from this trailer, but people within the world may be like, hang on, but I have been with you, because evidently Iris has that photo of Stephen Amell, Oliver Queen as Barry Allen. So to her, she'll just think that Oliver's or her Barry, it's getting confusing, is speaking gibberish. So it's gonna be interesting to see if he actually convinces her in this scene that, you know, I'm not the Flash. But then I can really predict that whilst he's trying to convince her that this is some really weird realities, you know, disturbed level shit, he might activate his speed. She might just be like, okay then, if you're not the Flash, then use your speed, or like don't use your speed in a way. And then when he does that, he actually will move. And then I think that is when we'll see Oliver like, wait, what? Super speed? I have it. And yes, to those who didn't get that, that was a Crisis on Earth X joke. So yeah, most anticipating thing from me, and I think we're really not far away from it in this, you know, the scene that they're showing us in this trailer is just when Oliver will discover his speed. I cannot wait for that, because this is our Oliver, even though he's technically Barry Allen in this Destiny rewritten reality. So cannot wait for Oliver Queen to have the powers of the Flash. So let me know what you think of this little teaser for the upcoming crossover coming in December. So moving on to the Arrow trailer for episode 6 titled Due Process. I'm just going to shut up straight away and show you guys the trailer before we discuss any more.
Oliver Queen deserves to be a free man.
It must be difficult to win a case when you're not a real lawyer.
Bomb! Green Arrow swooping in to save the day?
Typical Green Arrow move.
Arrow. All new this Monday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
And a synopsis that runs alongside this episode is as follows. Laurel steps in to help Oliver. Slabside becomes even more dangerous after a guard is murdered and everyone is a suspect. Felicity enlists help from a surprising source in her pursuit of Diaz, and Laurel flexes her muscles as the district attorney. Now, I'm glad this trailer showed Oliver saying it must be quite, hard to win a case considering you're not a lawyer or something like that, because one thing I've seen people saying already about this episode and about this trailer is that Laurel flexing a district attorney muscles, but she's not even a real lawyer. And yes, you could say that she's learned, as they pointed out, at the past several months, some law stuff, but it was a bit of like accelerated writing from the show. However, when the show takes the piss out of it, that makes it all fine, I think. Well, kind of. It makes it better, at least. But interestingly, in that scene with Oliver and Laurel, it seems like he's being a bit of a dick to her, I mean, she's trying to help him get out of Slabside. Maybe they had something that we don't see in this trailer that leads Oliver to say that. But, who knows? Laurel might actually be trying to help him out and he might just have absolutely no faith and just like, yeah, good luck. But it does seem that what evidence they're bringing off that USB stick or whatever, or, I don't know exactly how they think they're going to get Oliver out of prison. Because what we see in this trailer is that this man, Oliver Queen, deserves to be a free man. So it's going to be super interesting, and also to see how the fans take this, that if Laurel is successful, because Oliver's probably going to get out of prison in the next few episodes, right? So what you have to think about is that this lawyer, who isn't necessarily even a lawyer, who's had little training, but posing as the district attorney, is going to get this guy out of prison. Not just a normal case, like he stole a freaking banana in Star City. He was the mayor who was really the Green Arrow, who's done so many things over the years. Some good, some bad, some publicly perceived bad, but were really good, whatever. And Laura's going to pull that off. I just don't know how much people are going to like that. It's going to be super interesting. Does that kind of logic annoy you guys? And will it be a big factor for you in terms of if they do get Oliver out? I'm sure the show will give them a really amazing plot card to get Oliver out of prison, as for the specific reason. But will it still annoy you in terms of how does this happen? Now, it is unclear who is getting this bow and these arrows out of this kind of duffely bag, if you will. I'm wondering if it's Diaz. You could argue what if it's the new Copycat Archer, but I'm not going to say who everyone believes that is, just for those who really don't want to be spoiled in case it turns out to be quite the case that it is true. But, a lot of people are leading to believe that it is a woman rather than a guy. So this is why I'm thinking that this might be Diaz for some reason or another, looking at this archery set. Because what we do see at the end of the trailer, which I'll talk about in a second, is actually Diaz versus the Copycat Green Arrow, which I cannot wait to see. Now, a huge part of this episode for Dinah, Wild Dog, Felicity, I believe, the freaking Black Siren, everyone like that, will be getting Anatoly out of his predicament that he's in, because obviously he was captured by Diaz and the Silencer. Now, I believe they are successful with this because, spoiler alert, from what we saw from another trailer, what we see in this trailer anyway is that Renee says, oh, bomb, the bomb will go off, and we see our characters stood there looking at the building explode, and who is there amongst them? None other than Anatoly. So it looks like they do get out with Anatoly safe, and they're going to maybe use him for some kind of help against Diaz or whatever. He might know a few things. He probably will, and will be thankful for them saving him. So as for Felicity working with somebody unlikely or whatever the synopsis said, I don't know what that specifically means, because a big part of this episode will be her working with Laurel and Renee, as we even see in this image here, going after, and saving Anatoly. So unless it really does pull something out of the bag this episode that we're not seeing from the trailers or any of the other trailers, in how somehow she works with the Copycat Green Arrow as well, which I think could actually be the case. So going back to we saw Diaz versus the Copycat Green Arrow. What if the Copycat Green Arrow, through obviously having links with Renee now, helps this group, mission to save Anatoly by storming that base? The bomb explodes. They get out with Anatoly, but maybe the Copycat Green Arrow gets left behind, or is just in the middle of a fight with Diaz, essentially. And, they're just hoping he all gets out, or she gets out all right. That is my theory there. I think it's not obviously Laurel working with Felicity, who's the unlikely person, because we've already seen that. So I think, yep, links with Renee. Copycat Green Arrow, it even has borderline links with Diana now. She even, the episode before last, let the Copycat Archer go in the arsonist attacks. So, looks like Felicity is going to go up against Diaz and save Anatoly with Team Arrow / old Team Arrow / with the Copycat Green Archer. Let me know what you think of that down in the comments below. I think it's going to be awesome. And I'm a bit concerned that Diaz actually might win the fight against the Copycat Archer. Let me know your thoughts on that as well. Do you think that, you know, Diaz in the comics being a very, 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 very skilled martial artist and fighter, do you think they're going to bring that to screen, especially with the strength juice that he's got? I'm not saying that he's massively like a super jacked, superhuman strength Mirakuru soldier or anything, but we definitely saw what that strength juice did to him, and he might very well end up hurting or causing some damage to the new Copycat Archer. But as for Oliver, they really didn't show too much going on with him in this trailer. We got that bit at the end with Stanley saying typical Green Arrow move. I'm guessing they're plotting something or whatever, but the main thing for this episode, by the sounds of it, could be some fillery stuff. You can't really mega tell because they could, you know, pack some surprises when the episode actually comes out. But they did say that Slabside becomes even more dangerous after a guard is murdered and everyone is a suspect. So they might be trying to pin that on good old Mr. Oliver, or, you know, he might just have to try and really stay clear when it most probably isn't him who does that murder. So anyway, guys, that is the gist of this trailer. Let me know what you think of everything I discussed down in the comments below. Did I miss anything out? Do you agree with anything I said? But other than that, guys, if you enjoyed this video, click that like button. It only takes a second of your time and it really does show your support for the channel. Other than that, links are in the description down below to my social media and other places where you can support the channel, like my Patreon or my merch store. Subscribe to the channel for more Arrow videos just like this. If you haven't seen my review, click the card up there. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you Vigilantes in the next video. Goodbye.